Hey, it's Coach M here. We all struggle with our mental and emotional health sometimes, whether it's going through a breakup or feeling stuck in our life or experiencing the death of a loved one. Every single one of us has gone through painful feelings and has struggled with sorting through our thoughts and emotions. Whether you're a teenager or an adult, I'm going to give you the top 10 habits that you need to put into place today to help you optimize your mental and emotional health, so that when you're faced with painful situations, you have the tools to move through them. Coming up. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Marika Kittleson, a certified life coach and master NLP trainer. And I've made it my life's mission to helping everyone I can live from their best self and to have the amazing life they deserve. I believe that the tools and strategies on this channel have the ability to change the mental and emotional health crisis that we're currently experiencing around the globe. If you'd like to help make a difference, please hit that subscribe button for me. By doing so, YouTube's algorithm will spread this content out to more people. Thank you. Okay. Here are the top 10 habits that you need to start doing today to optimize your mental and emotional health. Number 1, prioritize your physical brain health. I know we all know this one, but we have to ask ourselves, could we do better in some of these areas? This one consists of doing 4 things that help the function of your physical brain. Think of it this way, your brain is the hardware when it comes to your mental and emotional health, and your mind is the software. If your hardware isn't working properly, the software won't work at all. The physical health of your brain is vital for you to live an optimal life. So even though you may think you're doing these 4 things I'm going to tell you, I want you to ask yourself if you could do better in these areas. And ask yourself what you're going to start doing today to ensure that this habit is prioritized. First thing, eat healthier foods. You know this. This doesn't mean that you can't enjoy some of your favorite foods, but check in with yourself when you do. Ask yourself these questions. How much is really too much? Is this good for my brain and body? What is something healthier I can do instead of eating this? Does eating this help me achieve my long-term goals? Your brain does need more vegetables, less red meat, and more natural good fat. This is unsaturated fat found in natural foods like nuts, seeds, and fish. Second thing, which you already know, get good sleep. Sometimes we think getting 7 hours of sleep is fine, and for some people it is, but sometimes, for some of us, it's not enough. You may be a person who needs 8 hours of sleep consistently. There are several studies that have been done showing a direct correlation with sleep duration and working memory. The shorter the duration of sleep, the decreased integrity of white matter in the part of the brain controlling working memory. In other words, you need to determine how many hours of sleep you need personally. The recommendation, of course, as you know, is 7 to 8 hours of sleep consistently, but I advise you to test it for yourself. If you normally get 7 hours of sleep a night, decide for 1 full week to go to bed a little earlier, to get 8 hours of sleep, and see if after a week you feel any different. I tried this experiment myself, and I can tell you, for me personally, the 8 hours made a huge difference compared to the 7 hours. I definitely felt it each morning. I didn't experience nearly as much brain fog, and I wasn't running to my coffee maker every morning like before. Third thing, which again you already know, move your body as much as possible. Exercise is huge when it comes to brain and body health. Even if you think that you can't work out 3 to 4 times a week or 20 minutes a day, then plan a walk each day or take more frequent breaks during the day to stretch, walk, climb stairs if you have them, or do cross-lateral movements at your desk. The more that you can move your body, the more you're promoting optimal brain health. Fourth thing, make it your goal to drink 10 to 13 glasses of water a day. I know this may seem like a lot, but it really isn't. Sometimes we get so busy that by the end of the day, we haven't had much water at all. And no, we are not going to count the water that you use with your coffee. Dehydration makes your brain function at a lower level. And according to the Journal of American College of Nutrition, even just 2% dehydration takes a toll on your brain's function. Here are a few symptoms that you may experience when you are not as hydrated as you should be. Memory loss, poor focus and attention, slow processing of information, irritability, and headaches. So, get a 32-ounce water bottle and take it everywhere you go. Take it in the car with you, take it to your doctor's appointments. Make it your goal to fill it up 3 times a day. The second habit for optimizing your mental and emotional health is to stop making assumptions and get curious instead. This is the deal. Our brains are geared to find correlations and patterns and to make sense of situations by categorizing information quickly. The problem is, most of the time when our brain assesses a situation, it doesn't have all the information, it doesn't have all the facts. And the assumptions that we make are more times than not false assumptions. They're not necessarily true at all. So to optimize your mental health, you have to start training your brain to get curious instead of jumping to conclusions and making assumptions. So how do we start doing this? When a situation occurs, it could be your child not doing what you want them to do, or your spouse saying something from a place of frustration, or a friend not inviting you to a party. You'll want to ask yourself these questions, which automatically help you shift from making an assumption to curiosity. First question, what need is the other person trying to get met in this situation? Remember, people, especially those who care about us, do not purposely try to hurt us. They are trying to get one of their needs met in the moment. So be curious about what those needs could be. This isn't about excusing hurtful or rude behavior. This is simply about understanding what's going on with the other person. When we avoid reacting from an assumption and instead respond from understanding, we can communicate in a way that strengthens the relationship instead of damaging it. Second question to ask yourself, what facts and information do I not have about the situation? This will cause your brain to start searching for more information and start gathering the facts needed to help you respond appropriately to the situation. Third question to ask, what are some other reasons as to why the situation happened? Your brain is quick to come up with assumptions. It usually happens very quickly. So by asking this question, you help train your brain to look beyond its initial thoughts and to think about alternative thoughts which can change how you feel and how you respond. Third habit to optimizing your mental and emotional health is to stop emotionally bleeding and process your emotions. When we don't learn the right way to process our emotions, we end up emotionally bleeding all over the place. It seeps into everything we do in all of our relationships. Even when we try to hide from our emotions by stuffing them away, distracting ourselves, or numbing them with alcohol, food, or drugs, we still get triggered in different situations. Those numbed out, stuffed away emotions will cause us to feel like we can't handle tough, painful experiences. They'll make us feel like we're stuck in our life, or we can't get too close to anyone. And eventually they'll erupt and we'll react out of fear, anger, or resentment. I cannot stress the importance of processing your emotions enough. It's absolutely crucial for your mental and emotional health. You want to feel amazing, unstoppable, confident, motivated, inspired, joyful. You have to learn to process your emotions the right way. Check out the video here for a step-by-step process on how to do it, and it's linked in the description below as well. Trust me, processing your emotions will completely transform every area of your life, every relationship you have, and how you see yourself and care for yourself too. Fourth habit is to challenge your negative thinking. When you learn how to process your emotions correctly, what follows is the ability to challenge your negative thinking. Truth is, our thoughts happen so fast, within milliseconds, that often we just react from those thoughts. And most of the time, we're not even aware of what we're thinking. So that self-talk that's constantly playing in your head needs to be checked often. You first have to become aware of it. Then you can work on challenging it and changing it. I plan on doing another video specifically on this process, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and click on the bell to get notified when I upload that video. Fifth habit for optimizing your mental and emotional health is to design and carve out your creative time. Engaging in a creative space is imperative to your mental and emotional health. So often people tell me, I'm just not the creative type, or I'm just not creative at all. If you're one of these people, I'm going to call you out. This is one of those untrue thoughts that you believe now for so long that you made it your reality. And it's time to change your false reality. Every single human on the planet is a creative type. The problem is so many of us believe that creativity has to look a certain way. We compare ourselves to famous artists or what we think everyone else believes is true art. Remember, there are close to 8 billion people in the world. And no, we don't all like the same things. We don't all like the same art put out into the world. That's the beauty of the diversity of the earth, isn't it? Your creative expression, no matter what it looks like, will be liked by some people. And yes, some people won't like it, but there will be people that do. Art or creative expression is not just subject to different art mediums. The definition is the discovery and expression of human creative skill and imagination. So what does that mean and look like for you? Is it using your hands to create, organize, arrange, write, or using your body to move, express, guide, listen, or teach? Think about what makes you feel alive, what fulfills you, what inspires and motivates you, and start designing what you want to do. And make sure you carve out that time daily if you can, or at least weekly. When we tap into our creative side, we begin to fulfill ourselves. We no longer are looking for others to fill a void within us or to make us feel happy and excited about our lives. We start creating it for ourselves, which improves our mental and emotional health. Sixth habit, a big one, stop giving your power away. When you allow someone or a situation to make you feel frustrated, to make you feel hurt or angry, you are giving all of your power to that person or situation. You are in control of your feelings, and no one can make you feel anything unless you give them the power to do so. Learn to not take anything personally. If someone does something to you or says something that is hurtful, work on understanding what's really going on instead of just getting offended. If your spouse tells you you don't care about them and you're selfish, instead of feeling hurt and giving them the cold shoulder, think about what they're saying as objectively as possible. Ask yourself, is there any part of what they're saying that could be true? What need of theirs is not getting met here? This ties into the second habit of not making assumptions and getting curious. Gather information, take a look within yourself, and then figure out where the feedback's really coming from and whether you want to believe it and do something about it or not. Many times people say and do things from a hurt place within themselves. When you get good at recognizing this and seeing it for what it is, you can then make better decisions about how you want to respond to those people. Seventh habit for optimizing your mental and emotional health is to check your boundaries. This is so important. Are you creating healthy boundaries where you feel you're able to express your needs, wants, thoughts, and ideas? Do you feel that you can say no when you don't want to do something? Are you able to stay true to your values and hold your ground? And are you making sure that you're not invading someone else's boundaries? This one is big for us parents, especially those of us with teenagers. Sometimes we're crossing our teenagers' boundaries without even realizing it. And sometimes we're allowing our teenager to trample over our boundaries. So make sure that you're communicating your boundaries in a clear, respectful, loving way and staying true to them. Learning how to say no respectfully helps us from being taken advantage of, but it also helps us from reacting from a place of anger and resentment. A lot of anger comes from unhealthy boundaries. Anger can often manifest because a person feels violated. They feel that they have no choice and decisions are made for them. They feel like they don't have a sense of autonomy over their lives. We see this a lot with teenagers. They feel their parents don't allow them to make choices for themselves. And a lot of times then we see rebellious behavior occur because of it. If you have someone in your life, a teenager, spouse, friend, or you yourself get angry a lot, where communicating wants, needs, thoughts, and ideas is done in a very disrespectful, destructive way, then it probably is because of unhealthy boundaries. So examine your boundaries with everyone in your life. And if you discover some of your boundaries are unhealthy, then start making changes today to reset those boundaries and communicate them clearly and respectfully. Eighth habit for optimizing your mental and emotional health is to get better at problem solving. Become solution focused anytime you encounter a problem. It could be a mistake that happens at work, or a miscommunication with a friend, or your child not doing what you ask them to do. So often our first response is to get upset or to stay frustrated for a long time. But start training your brain to always be in search of solutions and to flesh out possible solutions until you find the most optimal one. The key sometimes with doing this is to wait to respond. Give yourself ample time to sort through possible solutions to a problem. Sometimes we need that waiting time to process our emotions or challenge our negative thinking or get curious about what's really going on. So giving yourself time to focus on solutions is really the key to becoming a better problem solver. The more you practice analyzing possible solutions, the better and faster you become at doing it. During that waiting period before responding, ask yourself these questions. What questions can I ask those involved to better understand the situation? If I were to drill down to the root of the problem, what is the real issue here? What is needed in this situation to help all parties involved, including myself? Then make a list of the possible solutions and ask yourself this question. Where are the weak points in this solution? This question alone will help you narrow down the list of solutions until you find the best one. Ninth habit, set your intention daily. What does this mean? Every morning and every evening, tell your brain what to think and clarify what you want for each day. When you wake up, ask yourself, what is my intention for today? And what am I specifically going to do to make sure I'm in alignment with that intention? This could look like my intention today is to look at each problem as a chance to become a better problem solver. If I get frustrated with a problem, I'm going to process through the emotion and write down 5 possible solutions to the problem. Then ask myself, where are the weak points in each solution until I narrow it down to the best one. Another example is, my intention today is to listen more to those around me. I'm going to stop what I'm doing when they enter my office, turn towards them, give them my full attention, and use reflections with them so that I know that I'm understanding what they're telling me. Then right before you go to sleep each night, ask yourself, what went well today? When did I practice my intention? And what is my intention for tomorrow? By doing this, you will train your mind to focus on what you want and to focus on how you're getting it. This not only helps you achieve your goals, but it keeps your brain fully aware of how you are choosing to live your life. When you focus on what you're doing to achieve your goals and you're acting out your intention, you build more and more confidence in your ability to reach bigger goals. You're proving to yourself that you have the power to create the life you want. And the 10th habit for optimizing your mental and emotional health is to live from a place of gratitude. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I know I need to be more grateful, or I try to be grateful. I'm telling you right now, you want to have an extraordinary life, you need to deliberately live in the space of gratitude. This means purposely thinking about and writing about all of the amazing things in your life that you're truly thankful for. So right now, get out your phone and put 2 alarms on it. One mid-morning and one in the evening. Label them 3 things right now I'm grateful for. Here's the trick. Do not repeat the things you're grateful for, and do this for at least 2 full weeks. You want to start feeling incredible? Trust me and do this. It's a game changer on how you show up with other people, how you choose to view setbacks, how you see problems, and how you feel about yourself. Seriously, it'll make all the difference in boosting your mental and emotional health. I just want to say that if you're struggling mentally or emotionally, and you feel the feelings of hopelessness and despair, and you're thinking of harming yourself or someone else, I am urging you to call 911 right now. Or you can call this number down below right now. You're not alone, and there are skilled professionals that can help you to start feeling better right away. Just like we would go see a doctor when our body is hurting, we need an expert when our mind is hurting and we're at a breaking point. Please don't hesitate and call now. If you enjoyed this video, can I ask you to like it and share it with anyone that you feel may benefit from it? And if you could hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already done so, and click on the bell to get notified when I upload a new video, and I upload videos each week. I hope that your day is incredible, and I'll see you in the next video.